feel like I've lived 7 lifetimes since we last spoke on this program, gentlemen. And it doesn't help that, there's an extra day tacked on it because we had to delay this week's recording, which it is what it is. But even if it was an episode that we recorded last night, it still would have felt like it is. I've lived countless lifetimes. There's 5,000 different directions we can go in this edition of Pod on Lansdowne, just given the state of the team that we love. There's no real way to naturally begin this conversation because I think we're all pretty frustrated and there's a plethora of things to talk about. But if you'll indulge me, I would like to at least get the ball rolling on this. Christmas with the Cranks is a 2004 American Christmas comedy film directed by Joe Roth from a screenplay by Chris Columbus and starring Tim Allen, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Chris Columbus wrote it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought we knew this. I mentioned this before. Dan Aykroyd also in it. Eric Per Sullivan, Cheech Marin, Jake Busey, and Emmett Walsh. Your thoughts, Jake?
He died
He did.
last year. Emmett Walsh.
He did. R.I.P. King. It wasn't the same this past Christmas watching Christmas with the Cranks, knowing that he was looking down upon us.
Not with us.
Fly high. Broken heart.
He's one of those great character actors you don't get anymore. Real, just a wacky dude.
He's in Knives Out.
Emmett Walsh is in Knives Out.
Yeah, for a hot second, he's the security guard, looking over the tape.
What?
Really, really. Believe it or not. I don't know his character's name. He's only in it for that one scene, really.
Oh,
but
yeah, he is.
Yeah. The more you know.
Wow.
That's 2 people from Christmas with the Cranks who are also in Knives Out. Believe it or not. And then,
who's
Jamie
the other?
Lee Curtis.
Oh,
Jamie,
of
Jamie Lee
course. Oh, my
Curtis.
God, of course, yeah.
Yeah. One of the leads in both of the movies, as it were. But yeah, I mean, yeah, this is fucking Pod on Lansdowne. Guys, the light is going out of my life.
He's also in Snow Dogs. You ever seen that one?
No, I actually have never seen Snow Dogs. That was a Disney joint, wasn't it?
Yeah, with Cuba.
Ah, yes. Yeah, shout out Emmett Walsh. But that's Banter Club, a.k.a. Liam. We're joined by It's Over. Or It Over. It Over. Not It's Over. It Over.
Yeah, It
a.k.a.
Over.
Jake. I am Vincente Badia, a.k.a. Fitz. Thank you for joining us for this edition of the program. We got folks in the YouTube chat. We got Leo back as always. We got Seth, Dan. I would say congratulations to Chelsea on the Conference League, but I don't actually mean that, so I'm not going to congratulate you. Patrick in the YouTube chat going, I think bringing Baseball by Hippocampus to the intro back would save the season. First, Patrick, thank you, A1 since day one with the Hippocampus intro rather. If we ever get the rights to that, we'll bring it back. I like our little kind of horn intro now. We can maybe keep that in the branding down the line, but my preference would have Hippocampus still be the intro for this program that talks about a dumbass fucking baseball team. Liam, I need you to kind of take the baton here, man, because I am just I'm deflated. I'm deflated right now with the Red Sox. 5 straight losses as we record this after a sweep at the hands of the Milwaukee Brewers. I'm deflated.
What was that? You think they were still the Braves? What
happened? I actually had to stop myself for a hot second. I'm just tired, okay?
What are you, 80?
A quick time event in like a video game where you have to hit the right button sequence and Milwaukee Brewers.
They're still in the American League, according to Fitz.
Yeah, right. Liam, I don't
know. Guys, I don't know. I thought things
guys,
were
I know.
I thought things were going to
say
go
the
so
2 words. Say
It
the
over.
2 words.
It over.
It over.
It over.
Print the shirts.
It over.
God, we were so hopeful.
So hopeful. That's
just 6 weeks ago. Even 1 week ago. We still.
Half a week ago, Saturday afternoon was awesome.
Saturday, you walk great. Off, Meyer comes up, nothing.
After a couple days off, we take 2 or 3 against a very good Mets team, and we're like, yeah, probably should have been a sweep. It is what it is. The whole crochet, 85 pitches thing, that's old hat. We exit, was it Friday afternoon? Yeah, no, Saturday afternoon because we won as well. You have the
because they won the first game. They walked
20
off the first
gazillion run game, and then they had the walk off when we were in Worcester. It was great. It was awesome. Everything was great. The sun was shining upon us, and again, that feels like it was effectively that was 2018. That's what that feels like.
And here we are.
We learned a valuable lesson.
Burn after reading. What did we learn?
Yeah, learn not to do it again. Never hope. Never look for. Never be optimistic. Never hope.
Always expect to be disappointed.
Yeah.
Well, we could do a lot of talking right now, and we'll continue to do a lot of talking on this program. But to begin here, to kind of start to lay it all out on the line outside of just saying it over, why don't we let the fine folks do the talking for a little bit? I sent out the call after that last Red Sox game at the hands of the Milwaukee, what are they called again? The Brewers. The sweep here on Wednesday, May 28th. Put out the call for people to call the voicemail line, 617-420-2431. Fellas, the people responded. Now, I got to say, first of all, thank you to everyone who called. We have about 15 minutes worth of voicemails. That's not going to be good for anyone. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little supercut of some of the best of your voicemails that were left today. Let's hit it. Unfortunately, I don't have that edited right now, so we can't play that edit right now. YouTube chat, my apologies.
Little behind the scenes.
But hi, chat. How's it going?
The chat can imagine the voicemails.
Leo was in there. What's up, Liam?
Cheers.
Or Leo. And also, what's up, Liam, as well?
Hey, man. How's it going?
Not great, Bob.
Yeah, not great, Bob. All right, we'll pick it up in a second. 5 seconds. And again, thank you to everyone who called. The passion, you could feel it. I was sitting there listening to it before we went live today, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, again, 15 minutes worth of voicemails. We can't dissect all of it. That's just not going to be for good radio there. But it covers a wide range of the anger about Alex Cora, the lamenting of how it's something different every day, how high hopes were going into 2025, how this is just the same old shit that we've seen since 2022. As for me, gentlemen, the word that kept coming to mind for me after this Brewers sweep is rudderless. This team feels rudderless. It feels directionless. I mean, you could point out to the Rob Refsnyder "We suck now" quote that was made a couple of days ago, which was, right on the nose there, Rob. You nailed it there. But Jake, it just feels directionless and rudderless right now with the Boston Red Sox. I mean, you have decisions being made by the manager. It feels like everything's under a microscope there as to what is and what is not working. Comments from the manager saying, well, we're actually playing pretty well right now. Those comments the other day after that second Brewers game, I didn't tweet about it. I try not to be reactionary about these things, but that pissed me off pretty heavily there. Well, I mean, it's rudderless right now. And I guess I just want to open up the discussion there. Where do you want to start with this? Again, saving specifics for fuck with, don't fuck with later in the program.
Well, as far as
but just generally speaking.
As far as the word rudderless, I think a lot of people feel that way, and it's because with a season that's going down the drain, I would say rapidly at this point, right? I mean, it's like, we're down 5 in a row. There's still the AL is not that good, so I actually looked at the standings today, and the wild card is not. They could rattle off a win streak and be in that pretty quickly. But
if it went so badly in this past week quickly, there is a feasibility where they have a good week, but no one wants to hear that right now, including me.
No. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But like the division's gone. That's gone probably, and I think part of the reason it feels so rudderless is because things are happening so fast, and because they have changed absolutely nothing in these times where it's going south. Like you look at this lineup where the bottom half are all like not major league hitters, either currently or in their career.
I wouldn't even say it's the bottom half anymore. After the third hitter. Yeah, I mean,
Well,
without Bregman,
Marcelo. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess Meyer isn't like he's played 4 games.
I'm not gonna be like, I'm not handing my hat
Yeah,
Yeah,
on.
the jury's. I mean, he's looked
Yeah.
pretty
Right.
comfortable in the box, even in at bats that haven't gone his way. I mean, that first at bat, he just got dotted up by Rogers. He got it to a 3-0 count, and good morning, good afternoon, good night from there.
I
Just
mean,
dotting
even
them up. What are you
today
gonna do?
he was 0 for 4, but I thought he looked like a major leaguer and all. But whatever, that's. Yeah, so I guess after your third guy in your lineup, it's so that's 2/3 of your lineup is either suck or have played like less than 50 games in Major League Baseball. Not really a recipe for success. We can get into that. So there's that, and I think also the part of the super horrifying part of this last stretch is it keeps happening the exact same way. Like every game is the same. It's close late, and we lost by 1 run. Or I mean, yesterday the walk-off grand slam was effectively 1 run.
Yeah,
same difference.
the middle legs of the rotation of the bullpen get you to the end of the game, but the offense doesn't have enough timely hitting. They're leaving too many guys on base in opportune times.
It feels the same every single day.
To Jake's point that it's the same every day, here's a tweet from Gordo earlier this afternoon. The Red Sox have been walked off in 4 of their last 5 and 6 of their last 11 road games. So.
Right. Which spin zone? You're in
Hey,
a lot of these games.
You're
You're in a lot of these games. You're in a lot of these games. For
Positive regression has got to hit at some point, guys.
15,
All right.
15 one-run losses. It can't go on like this.
I've
can it?
counted one statistical course in college in my life, and I know that these trends are bound to flip the other way. All right, bigger sample size.
But
the
if
more it's
these
gonna even
trends
out.
continue,
Hey, yeah,
no.
Hey, yeah.
No,
I was just
no.
finishing the actual reference, but no, you're right. Yeah, it's not A. Unless you want a high draft pick, then maybe it is A. Liam, again, some of the conversations about the specific people involved in these last few comedy of errors can be discussed in fuck with, don't fuck with. 2 big things that I want to mention before we start to transition into a break. Number 1, the fundamentals that we've seen over this past week, just the simple baseball shit and also Jake has left, by the way. Jake is.
I don't know if something happened with the pizza.
He just said fuck it and
I
left.
know.
I have no idea.
I don't know. I totally missed. I just saw him get up. I didn't see if there was a reaction or anything. I don't know.
Right.
I hope it's okay. Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah. So it's not just a simple oh, you're just always going to be. Jake is back, by the way. It's
Sorry,
just
I
simple,
got pizza grease all over the desk.
That's just gross. Yeah, that's nasty. I don't blame you for taking care of that. But just simple.
Holy shit! Is that the
fundamentals.
Rafaela enjoyer in the chat?
Oh, Raphael, enjoy in the chat.
The chat is popping. I can't keep up with it.
Chat is
I can't
popping
keep up
right
with it.
now.
Oh my god.
There's Raphael enjoying.
Yeah. I guess
Also
it's like watching the Titanic.
But yeah, bad fundamentals A, and then B. One of the voicemails mentioned this aspect. Even in the last couple of years, the record at this point of the year was just a bit better. Maybe just a hair over 500, maybe just a hair under 500. Now you're looking at 4 games under 500? That's not nothing, man. That's 4 games just to get back to even water, man. That is, again, it's not early anymore. It's past Memorial Day. Hope everyone enjoyed their long weekend.
Cora said that post game, word for word. He said it's not early anymore.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
So I need to see some accountability.
Well, I'm happy he knows
with what's going on here, Liam.
Fitz, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's
I'm literally just telling you everything I know. Okay.
Beyond just the past week, it's.
Wait, Fitz, did you say the fundamentals this year have been bad?
That's what I'm saying. It's been this way for 6 years now.
Yeah, Fitz, try this decade. Pal.
Okay,
base running.
I hear you. It has been exponentially bad even the last week. Listen, I know Rafael Enjoyer is in here, and we love Rafael Enjoyer, folks. We love him. We love him. That was really bad today. That play over at third. Duran dropping a fly ball. There are just instances over even just the last week that really make you scratch your head and figure what the fuck is going on with this team. Again, rudderless is the apt phrase. And again,
in honor of my namesake today, to borrow a term from the footy world, banter club. That's what we are now. Like everybody, like the mid Sox, the world has come to realize like that's our identity. This decade now is just pure mid, and I don't know if at all anything changes the rest of this season. Clear. I mean, obviously the team's getting younger. Anthony's on the way, et cetera, et cetera. Like you can look to 2026. But this summer, if you're looking at it right now, I don't know how this lineup improves at all. Without Bregman.
Without Bregman
Costas,
could be on the shelf.
With Story just seemingly walking out. I don't know if there's help on the way, and I don't have any words of optimism or I don't know what this summer looks like, and I don't think it looks good.
Well, people are going to say, in terms of the help, at least on the offensive end, I mean, we mentioned the woes that the lineup are having. They're going to obviously and astutely point out that, well, maybe Roman Anthony never gets called up. Maybe he's just the greatest AAA hitter who ever lived. He has 800 homers in the IL. Is it still the International League in AAA? I think it still is.
He's like Crash Davis, doesn't
there
he?
There you go, right? Yeah.
He sets the record, and yeah.
You loving your Bull Durham references because they were playing Durham on Saturday.
I love Bull Durham.
Good picture. And obviously, I'm excited for Roman Anthony to come up. Roman Anthony does not fix all of the issues with this team as it stands right now. Would it be great to have Roman up and get him into the Rookie of the Year race? Of course, that'd be great. We're all hoping for that.
No, we're not.
What do you mean you're not?
Well, that's a loaded.
Jake doesn't want.
That's
that opens up a can of worms. That's a
Jake now. What the Rookie of the Year race? What about that are you taking issue with?
Well, that's a loaded statement. That's a loaded statement because we actually really don't want him to win Rookie of the Year.
Oh, because he loses.
Not at this point. Not at this point.
The service time nowhere.
Well,
Jake
right. Do you
want
to do the whole? Do you want to do the whole big Roman conversation?
We don't have to do the whole big Roman conversation. Okay, he's still.
I feel like we should. I feel like we should.
It's gonna happen. Liam's right. It's gonna happen all year, and we can have this conversation when he's called up in mid-September, which is the way it's going right now. After his 85th home run and 120th double at Polar Park. Then yeah, maybe we can have this conversation. But our friend of the program, Hillary, is right. Roman alone doesn't fix this. Yeah, it can help at least with making the lineup a bit deeper. You'd have to think, but it stems from just beyond that.
Do you guys want some fun offensive stats?
Give us that fun offensive stat.
Not particularly, but
well, we need a segue into break. So give us that, and then we'll head into break.
Going into today's game, the NBC Sports Boston put up a great carousel on Instagram titled 8 Alarming Stats Reveal How Red Sox Are Losing on the Margins. So going into today, they had left 416 runners on base. MLB rank, that would be 30th. What they leave today? Another 10. They left another 10 on today. Runners in scoring position, a 238 batting average. That is 21st in the league.
Which, by the way, not another Sox podcast tricked me, saying like 035 or whatever it was. I think Webster posted that was the runners in scoring position batting average. Those rapscallions.
Number 4 hitter batting average, 196. That is 28th in the league. And here's the last one for you. 20 games, they've scored less than 3 runs. That is 26th in the league. So the offense, as much as you want to be like, hey, the rotation's basically Crochet and Jake Wallinger. The offense.
I'm glad I didn't get that one.
No, I had to let you off on that one. As much as we can pin it on the pitching, and that's certainly hurt them during this 6-year stretch of mid baseball now. Like the offense this year, flat out, beyond Devers and Abreu, like you're not getting anything consistently from anybody right now. Devers 30 RBIs in May, and nobody else is
15 of which came on Friday.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, everyone complained about the offense. We averaged like 7 runs a game against Baltimore in that split. I don't know what.
I don't know what anybody's talking about. Yeah, what's the issue? Just no, the timely hitting, not there at all.
It's not. A lot's not here right now. A lot is not with us right now. God is not with us right now. God has abandoned this team, it seems. With that in mind, with that positive note in mind, let's take a quick break. When we return, fuck with, don't fuck with. But before then, a word from our newest sponsor. That's coming after the break. Stay tuned.
Did you film one?
No, we're doing it live on the show.
Oh, I don't have the. I gotta pull up.
I do. I'll take care of it. It's fine.
Okay.
What's up, chat?
I could throw in a little anecdote after that.
Yeah, we can riff about it. They mentioned that
Great.
it doesn't have to be word for word, so feel free to tweak it however it works best for your show. And we can. I was gonna play around with you, Mr. John's man over there. William in the chat going, Fitz' his hoodie looks so comfy. TBH, it is champion hoodie. It is very, very comfy. Nate, what's going on, my friend? Sid, bet Jake is a great pitcher. I don't. We can talk more about our Polar Park trip.
Not with those shoulders.
We could talk more about the Polar Park trip later in the third and final segment when we get into some fun stuff. But Sid, I said a pitching competition at Polar Park where we have like the guess your speed kind of thing. I said that would be a great idea. Jake instantly shot it down. He's like, I will dislocate my shoulder. And I'm like, that is a good point. I know you have those shoulder issues. So.
I cannot throw. I cannot throw with force.
I mean, to be fair, your shoulder issues with my battling 3.5 deep fried Oreos in my tummy, that would have canceled each other out.
3.5?
Yeah, 3.5. Yeah, I finished yours. You had one.
4. I think it was 4, my friend.
I had 3 full ones. I finished yours to make it 3.5. You had one of yourself, along with one other half, so that's 5. Liam had one to make it 6. It
I know.
6.
I would say that, Liam, what do you think? The one I took a bite of, I would say, Fitz, you probably had closer to 3 3/4, maybe even 4/5.
We round down in
my bite was
Oreo
not
math.
that big.
We round down.
My bite was not
calories.
that
The
big.
calories don't count.
All right, we want to go back.
You'll be married. You guys know that one? That TikTok going around? You'll be married in a year in the summer. You
No, I
that
don't
one?
know that one.
That
Fitz
tweet
is
guy.
still on
Are you
ITV.
making the TikTok account by the way? Speaking of TikTok,
Oh, I forgot. If you reminded me, I would have. Sorry.
Okay, I just did. There you go. Reminder. There you go. 5 seconds. On Lansdowne here. Jake, Fitz, and Liam at your service, talking about the worst team in professional sports history. If you want to see us continue to talk about the worst team in sports history, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Pod on Lansdowne is the show. I'm at Fitzy Bopena. Jake is at Jake Wallinger. Liam is at Liam Fantasy _. And speaking of the show, gentlemen, we have a new pal. Could you believe that? We have a new pal.
Yeah.
Don't get so excited at once, guys.
Who is it? Who is our pal?
If you're not familiar, Foco. Foco is our new pal for Pod on Lansdowne, brand new sponsors of the show. If you aren't aware, Foco is one of the leading manufacturers and officially licensed collectibles, apparel, accessories, home decor, knickknacks, you name it. Jake, that's right up your alley, Mr. Johns man.
Yes, I actually have. I have a few Foco pieces. Actually, for Christmas last year, I bought my mother a Snoopy wearing a Bruins jersey playing hockey. I got her that one. I have an older piece. It's Wally with a beard back from 2013. That is Foco.
Oh, that's very fun.
That's a good one.
Yes. Yeah. Great product. I'm a frequent flyer, frequent buyer.
Yeah. I got a Wade
And
Boggs bobblehead over there.
I'm happy to have him.
I got to actually do the ad read, so I can't get the Wade Boggs bobblehead, but I do have a Wade Boggs bobblehead. I can promise you that. I actually may have brought that into work on my desk office now that I think of it, so I don't think it's over there. Point is, I have it. And the point is, for over 25 years, Foco's success is directly related to their ability to bring exciting new designs and product ideas that allow you to show off your fandom for the Boston Red Sox, again, the worst baseball team that has ever lived, at the game, in your comfort of your home, anywhere you go, again, you name it. Right now, folks, for a limited time, we're offering you guys a 10% discount code on all in-stock Foco items. That's pretty exciting, isn't it? Again, don't get all up in arms just now, Liam, right? Come on. That includes a wide variety of products that carry Boston Red Sox stuff, of course. So if you go over to foco.com, FOCO.com, or you can click the link that's in the description of this podcast, wherever you are listening or watching. It's in the YouTube description. And use the promo code POL10. You get to save 10% off of in-stock items. Again, that's in-stock FOCO items only. Pre-order items, unfortunately, do not count. If you ask them for a pre-order thing, they will send you directly to jail. But the in-stock stuff is totally fine. So again, that's promo code P as in pod, O as in on, L as in lizard, 10, POL10 at foco.com. Jake, what are you fucking with or not fucking with this week?
So, what am I fucking with? I actually don't know. I spent most of that. I spent most of that break like legitimately trying to think of something I am fucking with, but I got nothing. So we'll start with don't fuck with this week. I think. Can we all agree to that? Is that
That's a little easier.
Is that agreeable?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. I am not fucking with. Yeah, still Trevor Story. Still, yeah.
Play the hits, Jake. Play the hits.
Yeah. I mean, a week ago, it's been a week. And I'll tell you what, it's not getting better. It's getting worse.
What's that OPS at?
Oh, Fitz, I'm so glad you asked. It's currently he hit a single late in that game, so we're actually flying high right now at a crisp 581.
Had a great double on Friday as well late in that game.
Yeah. That's just straight up like not a major league player anymore. I don't know. Cora yesterday saying they just have to get his bat going. Man,
yeah,
it's been a month and a half. I don't know how much run. Like, it's been a month and a half of being one of the 3 worst hitters in the fucking sport.
I almost like, and I get why you're still not fucking with him, Jake. Don't get me wrong, but we just had this conversation last week, and nothing
has changed.
Nothing has changed. So
it's worse though. But the more that nothing changes, the worse it is, because he goes like 1 for 80 at a time. So that's just compounding. And yeah, the OPS bottomed out today. That was a fresh. So what did I say? He's at 581 right now, but I believe it got down to 578 maybe before he hit that single in the 8th or 9th. He can't do anything. Yeah.
I guess the only thing that I guess I could say that has changed is ironically something that you might consider a positive, and the fact that I feel like, again, I could be wrong. You could look at the numbers. This is just based on what I've been able to watch. I feel like he's putting the ball in play more, even if it's a.
I think that's definitely wrong. He's striking out twice a game, like easy.
But the strikeout rate's already pretty high, so maybe it is technically less. Yeah, no, he stinks.
I get that the Bregman injury has complicated things on that front, but and I don't know. Maybe you don't actually have. Now that I'm like saying it out loud, you might not have 4 outfielders better than him anyway. Infielders, excuse me. But for a team that is struggling to keep its head above water, he's like an anchor. How
much more can you justify having him in there every day, or
do you think there's an actual answer to that question? I was thinking about that during the game today. Like,
well, they may have already kind of started to do that, because over the weekend they started.
Well, they pinch hit for him once. I don't know, but
he sat one of those games.
We break balls. We break balls and we laugh. But like, is there a real amount of time where if this continues, they're like, you're sitting down. That's it. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Okay, wouldn't you guys, I guess, what sucks for me right now, and I know that the pickings are slim as far as like able bodies in the infield, but what sucks for me with the Trevor Story thing really specifically right now is like playing Meyer out of position to facilitate him at this point. like greatly bothers me. Like I have no idea, and I guess that's just because his arm is so shit at this point that Meyer's like the only guy that can play third, on the roster. But that sucks. Like I would much rather you just lock Meyer in and move Trevor around. Oh no, she must have.
Why don't you take care of that, Jake? Again, I don't know how much more we can talk about that.
Yeah, Trevor's story bad. That's it.
I will say,
Mabel emergency.
I know we did this exercise last week when I pulled up his numbers since his OPS peaked. Just to update everyone, his OPS peaked at 894 on April 21st. Since then, in 30 games, his triple slash is 127, 189, 161 for a whopping OPS of 350. He has one home run, one double
against the position player.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to say.
I was trying to allude to that earlier.
Yeah. 7 walks, 41 strikeouts. Quite frankly, I don't see it getting any better. The team is 14-16 during that run. Yeah. So
Sid in the YouTube chat goes, if Roman gets called up, would you rather have gotta make sure I get that comment up on YouTube. Again, youtube.com/@PodOnLansdowne. Subscribe. If Roman gets called up, would you rather have Story? She said Forseti, or maybe Orsetti there at shortstop until Bregman is back. I'm
gonna say no. I think the best infield you can run out there, say Friday, is Sogard at third, Meyer at short, Hamilton at second, Campbell at first.
Yeah, Campbell getting reps at first.
Like it
in
sounds
Atlanta,
like it's coming.
It sounds like
it's coming. He said like maybe he'll play a game at first. I'm taking that to say he's starting at first on either Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
So
again, desperate times call for desperate measures. I don't want Campbell there full time at first. I think his athleticism can play up the middle, even if there are some kinks to iron out that we've seen so far. I'd rather him up the middle. Here
comes his Christian Arroyo moment.
Liam, what are you not fucking with?
It's who are you fucking with?
I haven't gone yet.
Oh, great. Okay, I didn't miss. I
gotta say it's gotta be trading Sean Newcomb. A reliable swingman.
Well, DFA him, because if you were going to DFA him,
then you could have.
If you are going to DFA him, at least try to get something in return for him. So you're not to put words in your mouth, but your issue is the DFA in the first place.
Yeah, just the concept of losing a guy who can give you length out of the bullpen. I mean, they've used Bernardino 14 times this month.
It's not like they need length out of the bullpen right now, right?
No. I mean, Hunter Dobbins looked great out of the bullpen today, boys. I understand why they made the move, because I guess that was the day Meyer came up, Guerrero came up. Somebody had to be moved off the 40 man. I don't remember what the exact roster moves were on Saturday when they DFA'd him, but obviously he's not gonna blow you away on the radar gun, but he very much seemed like a valuable piece for 6 weeks. Did he have
crazy because the first 2 outings that he had, we were like, get this guy
right, or like get this guy as
long
far
down Tigers
as possible. But I don't know. I mean, I guess they just feel fine with Bernardino and Wilson shout out has genuinely been nails. It just seems now that we're looking at the bullpen, like where's the length coming from? Because Whitlock for 2 innings terrifies me at this point. I no longer want to play that game. And I mean, the fact that you had to use Dobbins today in a pinch for 3 innings, thanks for taking one for the team, buddy, but that's damning.
I'll say this. I almost find the bullpen, whatever issues they may have, to be like, I almost don't care at this point. Like it matters the least. Like if we're scoring 1 run a game, like we have been,
every game they come in, it's close. It's tied or it's 1 run.
Like I'll tell you right now, it's May 28th. It's May 28th. That's not sustainable. Like having a high leverage innings every single game, 6 through 9.
To no fault of their own that it wasn't sustainable.
They've been good under the circumstances. I think, like,
deep,
by and large, the bullpen's
no timely
been
hitting
good
to blow you open. Like, They got no room to breathe. There's no room for error.
Yeah, Kyle in the YouTube chat here goes, the offense has been the problem. I would say it's been a problem, a major problem. I don't think it's the definitive problem.
I mean, I think now without Bregman, it's certainly the problem.
It's dire.
Yeah, it's nasty.
Not to keep with the pitching conversation, but my don't fuck with for the week, and I want to open up to an open discussion regarding him. My don't fuck with for the week is Alex Cora.
Ooh!
I know you're going to get excited for that. I am not. I want to preface everything. I am not a fire Cora guy. I am not there yet. I wouldn't even consider it at that point. But there were a couple things this week, and I've already kind of highlighted a couple of them early on when I was rambling to start the podcast. At some point, the lack of fundamentals, which Jake astutely pointed out, is not just a 2025 thing or a 2024 thing, like leaning out from last year. It's been a couple of years of this now. The Rafaela misplaying a ball in center, which luckily didn't come to pass. Duran misplaying a ball in the outfield in Milwaukee as well. That god-awful play at third base with Rafaela and Wong. That throw from second into home late in the game today. That's all just one series. That's all within 3 games. And at some point, where does the blame for these lapses in fundamentals, these boneheaded plays that a little leaguer wouldn't make, at what point do we put at least some of that blame on the coaching staff?
That's asking me?
Thing. It's a rhetorical sort of question. And again, okay. I try not to... I would hope that listeners of the program know that we don't like to get into the fucking reactionary, Felga, they suck, Felga, blow everything up, Felga. We try not to do that. I really try to keep it grounded.
I think you're allowed to be reactionary. It's not reactionary to have a reaction, though. Like
you know what I mean when I say reactionary.
No.
Hot take
I'm saying right now, I don't think anything like that is off the board. Like they fucking stink.
When you have that mixed with the fact that the other day he's sitting there, and I don't have the quote in here right in front of me right now. Okay, so I want to be as fair as possible to Alex Cora. I could try to find the quote, or Liam's fast with finding these things. Liam, if you could try to find the quote after Tuesday's game. I'm paraphrasing, but Cora essentially, and correct me if I'm wrong, goes, well, we were actually playing pretty well. We just have to put everything together. One of the voicemails was like, oh yeah, well, we just have to play better. You fucking think how many times, A, can we roll out that phrase, and B, to say that we're actually playing well in the middle of a losing streak when you drop the series against a beatable Milwaukee Brewers team? This is not the 27 Yankees we're playing against, guys. Our pitching actually held them in check for the most part this entire series. So to say that, oh, we're actually playing really well right now, but we're 3 games under 500, there has to be some accountability taken there. There has to be. Rob Refsnyder, to his credit, did take that accountability, saying, like, yeah, we suck. Like, there's no way to sugarcoat it. So, again, I'm so far away from the Fire Cora train. But, based off of this past week, not even the full week, just the last couple of days, that has to be... Giorgio says, Arsenal fan TV reaction. That's the last thing I want. I had enough of this, Robbie. I had enough of this, blood. I had enough. He's finished, blood. I'm a bit frustrated with Cora right now. That's my don't fuck with for the week. And what say you folks on that?
I
good conversation, guys. Really?
No, I just
keeping the discourse going on Pod on Lansdowne.
You said it. Oh, well, sorry. I was looking for your quote, but
I know.
Rudderless is still like a good way to put it. Meet the new boss, same as the old boss, except there is no new boss.
Good. Love that.
It's just
It's just the old boss. I don't know how you feel like I don't think he's going anywhere. He just got an extension last year.
And I'm fine with him not going anywhere. I like Cora.
When do you straight up just say, like, all right, so what is the culture here? Like, what is this organization's identity? Is it
what do you do? What do you do?
What do you do here? Because Fitz, it's true. They're rudderless. It's the same team every year. Doesn't matter who they lose. Doesn't matter who they add. The defense stinks. The base running stinks. The pitching is thin. And now suddenly the offense is very thin. So, what has changed?
Listen, I hate to defend Alex Cora. I hate it, but his job is a bit thankless this last month. Like, the offense is. Do I want Trevor Story out of the lineup? Yeah. Other than that, though, like, you're pretty much throwing out the best guy on the 26 man, and that's his job. The problem is about half of the 26 man roster stinks at baseball. So there's that, and then also like the I think he's a mostly pretty bad bullpen manager in general.
As Sid brings up in the YouTube chat, she goes, his bullpen management is just horrid, which I want to put a pin in that for a second.
And I've thought that for 7 years or whatever. But like also, I don't really know if there's any manager. I don't think Earl Weaver's managing a bullpen well if his starters are going 4 innings every night. Like, I don't know, I just don't. That seems like an unrealistic ask from someone. So, yeah, I think the bigger, like, I tweeted this today, like, who coaches the Red Sox? Do they get coached ever? Does anyone ever go, hey, like, this right here, this is how we could do that different? Has anyone ever said that to a single player?
You're not gonna want to run to third base when someone on your team is also standing on third base. You're not gonna want to do that.
They just fuck up a lot. Like, in the simplest terms, they fuck up a lot. like
it happens. They're humans. Like, they can't be baseball robots all the time. But again, this is all in the span, not in a week, a series, a 3-game series. I just rattled off 4 examples of it.
Yeah, for me, and I think we've come back around on it, but like they're hitting. I know that there's bad hitters in a lot of the lineup, but even the hitting philosophy is disastrous to me at times. Like they strike out so much, which is okay if you hit home runs, which they don't really for the most part. They don't really have power. I don't know. I think if a head's got a roll, I think it like obviously seems like Fatsy he's been here the longest, other than Cora. Like, this is his 4th year.
And I know we have critiques about the Andrew Bailey pitching lab, quote unquote.
Yeah, but again, it's year 2. I think it's hard to bail on a guy
and
that
also
quick.
There have been positive developments. There's a guy who I'm fucking with who I'll mention. There's a guy. The bullpen this past week. Outside.
Yeah. No. Okay. All right.
By and large, even just if we're just going based off of this past week, there have been positives there. And again, just to reel it back, to bring it back to the bullpen conversation. Part of it, it's some questionable decisions. For example, the other night, I probably would have let Crochet go 6 innings. I understand why they wanted to save his bullets at 85 pitches, considering that I believe he had the most innings pitched in the American League. Leading into last Wednesday night's game against the Mets. I get why they want to save those bullets. I still probably would have let him out there, but I get it. Whether or not you agree or disagree with some of his decisions to pull guys, to put guys in, it is what it, and again, there have been times where I'm kind of sitting there as the armchair manager scratching my head. So while those can be the case, at the same time, as Liam sort of alluded to piggyback off of that, Cora doesn't pitch. He needs the guys at the end of the day to go out and execute. Liam Hendricks, God love him, love that, he's back pitching. It's tough for him to say, like, oh, you got to put me into high leverage spots if I'm going to be performing, and then he doesn't perform.
Maybe one of the all-time when keeping it real when keeping it real goes wrong.
Right?
Yeah, he was like, pitch me more. All right. And then they did. And guess what? He stinks.
And already said that, okay, we have to trust you in this high leverage spot, and it doesn't pan out. And then it's like, well, okay, what Cora's hands almost to an extent are a little tied because the quality is not there. But again, some questionable decisions have been made in the with the bullpen management. Again, we can have this conversation all the time, and you know what? I think you just kind of start talking in circles after a while. The last thought I wanted to, before wrapping this topic up, Liam, you mentioned the word culture, and it's funny that an Arteta out got thrown out in the YouTube chat by Dan, feeling this shit. part of what I've liked about the Arteta.
What phase is Alex?
Yeah,
Cora
right.
in?
Phase 18, Red Sox building, right? Yeah, where we are. But part of the project that I have liked with Arsenal, I won't keep it with soccer for long, folks. Please stick with me. Is building that culture, and at points being ruthless. You have to be ruthless to establish a high culture, a high standard. Do we have that here with the Red Sox? That your mileage may vary on that answer. I'll just say that. I don't accept these standards, guys. I do not accept these standards. I tweeted that Arteta quote today. I do not accept these standards.
And I mean, I think what hurts too is because they did win regularly so recently.
Yes.
Like 2018 is still fresh to some extent. But good Lord, like this decade, when you look at it, be like the 2020s, the Red Sox have been a miserable franchise. And who's been in charge in the 2020s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not all the way there yet to say.
I'll tell you what is
get him out of
refreshing.
here, but you raise a good point, Jake. What do
We
you think?
usually wait until August and September to have these conversations. So it's actually the last 3 years. I feel like
We're actually ahead of schedule.
yeah, it's kind of cool to be doing this before it's even summer. It's not with the solstice hasn't even happened yet.
Liam, did you find the core quote there? Did you end up finding it?
I didn't. I'm sorry. Google's search function's just broken, man. I can't. But I know. But you had it though. He basically straight up was like, no, we played well, and then today, of course, we didn't play well. You guys want some fun defensive stats? Here's a fun little mid Sox nugget for you.
Yeah.
Team errors. We are currently 29th in the league, behind the Rockies. 2024, we were 29th in the league. 2023, we were 29th in the league in team errors.
That is the one aspect of a game that guys can improve themselves. I've said that before on the show.
You control that.
You have some say as to how well you could field. Like
play better. I said this last year.
Defense. I know defensive stats. Nobody can really agree on the best defensive metric out there. But I mean, and I know errors are really sometimes it's up to the scorekeeper's discretion.
Right.
But straight up, that tells me you've been playing shit defense for the last 3 years.
Yeah, not all of them are bad scoring decisions. Over the past
100 plus errors every year. That's not on the scorekeeper.
It's SpongeBob ripping down everything, showing Patrick the dirty diapers, and going.
So yeah, that's fun. That's fun.
Can I add an honorable mention? Don't fuck with.
As long as you add an honorable mention, fuck with.
Sure.
What honorable mention?
Okay, my honorable don't fuck with is and Red Sox Stats at Red Sox Stats. I'm sure you heard of him. He remarks upon this a lot, but this weekend, not this weekend, this Brewers series got me thinking about it more. This organization's, I guess, fear is the word I would use. Their fear of
your apartment's not on fire, Jake, is it?
No, it's
Mableton instead of fire.
I think it's. No, it's going down the road.
Hope everyone's okay.
Their fear of DFAing or trading or whatever of mid players. They are so scared to lose on the margins that they miss the forest for the trees. They just let these kind of league average or around league average guys just sit in the majors for stretches at a time. For example, I'm just looking at our 26-man roster here, and I'm looking at, why is Abraham Toro the guy we're we're gonna rock with Abraham Toro, Nick Sogard, you can go get better players. You're allowed to do that. That's
raise the standard. You have to raise the standard.
You can you're actually allowed to just go trade for someone or sign someone better or even I don't know. I just like it's so mid. I that word is kind of cringe, but it is. Everything's mid. There's not. It's like they don't suck. This team doesn't. On a grand scale, I suppose. Like the Rockies suck. That team sucks.
You tell me now for the first time.
We're mid. They're gonna listen. What are we? 3 games under right now, or 4?
4. 27-31.
Oh wow, maybe we do suck.
Trending that way.
Are we the
Yeah.
best?
Yeah, maybe we do stink. I don't know. I'm sick of this shit, man.
Well, that's a perfect segue into what you're fucking with.
Yeah, what am I fucking with?
You tell
I'll
me.
tell you what. This is a rough one. What am I fucking with? I'm fucking with I don't know. Can I go last? I honestly don't know what I'm fucking with.
Attaboy, Jake.
Liam, do you have something?
Yeah, I got somebody.
Oh wow. Okay. All right, Fitz. Okay, go.
It's Willier, man. Like
Yeah.
if we're talking about like building a culture, building an identity, like give me 9 Willier Abreu's. I would go to war with them. It's like plays great defense.
Are all of them skinny or are all of them thick?
Ooh.
5 thick, 4 skinny, just to switch it up.
Yeah,
a
just
little
a
bit.
just a.
You know how some
use a
managers
little
like to switch
variation
left,
there.
right, lefties and righties. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You want to alternate between your splits.
Thin
your
and thick, thin and thick.
You're thick Willie and you're thin Willie. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Like that's just a guy. He shows up every day. He plays good defense. Does he fuck up in the outfield sometimes? Yeah, sure. But like, I don't know. I think about his play Tuesday night in the outfield. Like comes flying in to catch a line drive like late in the game. Keeps things under control. Like the bat is consistent. You have an 840 OPS. Like we need more guys like that who just show up every day and like clearly give a damn. And you don't look at Willier as some 5-tool player, but at the end of the day, he's got a cannon, he's got a good glove, and the bat's consistent. Like that's all I'm
sliding
looking
catch
for.
you made the
That's
other night.
all I'm looking for is consistency.
He's a 4-tool player.
Yeah, I'll give him that. He can steal a
Yeah.
bag here and there too. It's not like he's like slow. He's sneaky on the base pass. But no, I just like more guys like that. Is just all I ask.
Vivienne
Just show up,
at
like,
Sunshine
Vivienne.
at Sunshine VVN on Twitter pointed out that catch he made against the Brewers the other night where he's sliding looks easy for us, but at the angle and
Oh my God.
trajectory of where that ball's going, very, very difficult catch to make, and he
Insane
made
play.
it look easy. So shout out
I love
Willier
him.
there. I think that's a
I
good
love
one. I already kind of gave the bullpen their flowers a few minutes ago, so I'll go with for fuck with this week the return of Dick Fitz. People might be shuffling in and out of the bullpen all year. That's just the nature of the unit, it seems, especially nowadays. But if this team wants to get things back on track, if this team wants to pick up after a crochet in the rotation, it's going to be guys like Dick Fitz who are going to have to step up. I know he only pitched 3 innings the other day, but just to have him back to get the workload back up a bit, and hopefully build up.
He didn't have a rehab assignment, right? That's why he was just 3 innings.
He may have had like a quick.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
He had only
quick-
one. He had only
Yeah.
one rehab
Okay.
start. Yeah.
Yeah. So get him back in the swing of things, into the rotation. Hopefully he can be a solid guy just to have in the middle after your Crochets and Bueller when he's, when they're going 1-2. And hopefully, someone like a Giolito as well can maybe make things consistent. We're in for a bad Giolito start, by the way. We had a really good one this past week.
Yeah, and we wasted it, which is tough.
Sure did.
Yeah.
I considered him for fuck with as well. Just it'd be a funny bet just to have him on both sides of fuck with, don't fuck with,
Alternating.
back and forth. Yeah, but Dick Fitz being back in the fold, in an otherwise pretty shitty week overall, it's good to have him back. I missed my fellow Fitz. Jake, was that enough time to buy? Dan in the YouTube chat just said pick Narv just to make it easy on yourself.
No, I thought about picking Narv again, but I'll tell you what, my fuck with.
Dude, just say Narv at this point.
Liam, what was yours?
Mine was Willie. Mine was Willie.
Willie, that's right. Mine is.
You also have to do an honorable mention one. I totally forgot about that because you got an honorable mention. Don't fuck with.
Oh,
so
God. All right, I'll go. The fact that Marcelo Myers in the majors. Just
which
nice
put
to see.
we could talk about more in terms
we'll
of
get
our
into that.
experience in the third and final segment, but yeah, about time to see him up there. And like you said earlier, Jacob, he looks the part. Absolutely looks the part. Looks comfortable up there in the box.
Yeah, he looks good. I mean, he's
In the field too.
he's not tearing the cover off the ball yet or anything, but he looks good so far. So
I'll
that's
tell you what I'm
one.
not fucking with.
Oh, okay.
39. We got to get him a
Yeah.
better number. Got to get him a better
It's
number.
got to
I'm
change.
sorry.
Yeah.
Well, what did he wear? Story is 10, right?
We gotta, and now that Newcomb's gone, 19's open. So Roman, get up here.
Yeah. Well, I think our boy will have 10 next opening day. And another fuck with
Or 12. Or 12.
or 7.
Nah,
5.
Moss is gonna save this team in the second half. I can see it already. I'm building a narrative.
Can we give more things we're not fucking with instead?
You are the one who said it has to be.
I know, but I think we're in such a
Fuck it. Double down. Double
yeah.
down. Jake.
I'm doubling down. Here's
Overruled,
another
I
thing I'm
guess.
not. Here's another thing I'm not fucking with. You know, I said all off season like I would push the outfielder thing. I would kind of table it until the end of this year and then this upcoming winter. But like in hindsight, it was probably a bad thing that they were just like, nah, don't worry about it. And as our number one prospect in baseball has 1,000 OPS in June, and they have nowhere to put him. And then also we have Massa somewhere floating in the ether, who people forget is another outfielder. There's a lot. A lot has happened. A lot of things are bad.
These are troubling times.
These are troubling times.
Yeah. We can get into more fun stuff though. Our day in Worcester Saturday.
Oh yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I saw a picture of Tristan Casas today, and it actually like viscerally upset me. I was like, oh yeah.
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 Wasn't that long ago. It was only 2 weeks ago we had him. He was
Oh
with
my
us.
God, was
That
it
was
really?
only 2 weeks ago.
They dropped the
serious?
Speak Next on May 16th. Like less than 2 weeks ago. That was 12 days ago.
What are you talking about?
What,
Casas
Casas?
got hurt like several weeks
Yeah.
before that.
Yeah. No way.
No, sorry, I'm getting my games mixed up.
No, Casas
My
got
game-
hurt
my game's on the
against
Monster,
Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
May 1st.
No, see,
okay.
that's
That
what
makes
I'm-
sense.
that's what
Someone in the chat
that's
named
what I was
Riss.
mixing it up
I
with.
don't know who Riss. Welcome to the chat. I
See,
suppose
we
first
were
time.
on, we were on the Monster both games.
Casas got
why.
hurt May 1st. Liam, this near do well correcting you. Yeah,
I'm hearing, you're telling me now for the first time.
2 weeks ago. My memory's getting bad, right? I
May's
brain
been
fog
short.
up here, but I knew it wasn't 2 weeks ago. Come on now.
A lot has happened.
A lot has happened since
A
then.
lot has happened.
Why don't we take a quick break to think about what has happened? And then when we're back, third and final segment of the program. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. This may have been the worst year ever. It's easy to forget.
I'm so ready for the summer to be over.
Yeah, I pulled that one out. It's past Memorial Day, so it's fine. Seth says, love your hat, Jake. We can talk about that in a moment.
Oh, thank you. Thanks. You know, it's a great video. I was just reminded of on my timeline. The one of Trump quoting Representative Omar when he's like, may Allah awaken the people and show them the evil doings
And the United States.
of Israel. That's a great video.
We might need to break out some incantations to turn this thing around.
Tushin, Tindoker, Tuverot,
Tuverot,
Koli.
Holy.
It's crazy that we can say the incantations off the dome.
What is that? It's cricket, right?
Yeah,
Those
he
are
names
cricket
like
players?
basically says like
right?
from Babe Ruth
Yeah.
to Willie Mays, but
Yeah.
Indian cricket equivalents.
cricket players.
Tuvarote
Coley.
Coley.
Tweet at Coley Mick, just that last part. Coley.
Coley. Elon Musk has left the Trump administration.
Ooh.
The Associated Press says.
Well, third and final segment of Pod on Lansdowne has begun with some breaking news from Jake Wallinger. How about that, Jake? Your thoughts?
Fuck him.
Fuck him.
Fuck. I don't hate a soul on this earth more than Elon Musk. There's more evil men, I'm sure, but none of them are as annoying as him, and that's why I hate him more than all.
There you go. Yeah, you hate a lot of people.
I hate a lot of people, and there's a lot of evil people, and there's a lot of annoying people, but I don't think anyone combines the two in such a disgusting way as Elon Musk.
Well, there you have it. I would agree with that. He did very cringe. I mean, he's evil, but it also, and on top of that, he's cringe. That doesn't help matters.
I tweeted something along the lines of this when the whole like Trump 2 admin was kicking off. And I was like, at least like the robber barons of old were like cool. They had class, you know? Like our old
a certain 4-letter word.
yeah. Our old billionaires, I could do a tight 5 on this. Our old billionaires, you know, they wore suits and they had monocle. And you know what? Sure, they were evil. They did some good things. They donated like buildings and shit. Billionaires don't do that now. Just their divorced wives have to do that. Like fucking Bezos' ex-wife, she's like really altruistic, right?
She is. She gives a lot.
Keep going, Jake.
Is that the Seinfeld? What's the deal with billionaires? Yeah. Carnegie, that's another one. Smiley, good job. All right, Fitz, cut it out. It's distracting me. I
didn't distract Seinfeld when he was doing it.
We doing leftism on Lansdowne tonight.
Just for our hot side.
Billionaires, yeah, bad.
Class consciousness on Lansdowne. Why don't we talk about our day Saturday in the Dirty Woo? First and foremost, thank you very much to the Worcester Red Sox for legitimately giving us credentials to cover their team. I have no idea how we fucking fell ass backwards to that. We were next to the actual beat reporters for the team who have to, get columns in on deadline and stuff, and we're talking about, Elon Musk type 5s with the Seinfeld music in the background on the Boston Red Sox podcast.
Give us some credit now. We're the 7th most popular Red Sox podcast.
That is true.
That is true. That's absolutely true.
Yeah. Gotta give us a little credit.
We're kind of close to the podium.
We're almost there.
In the grand scheme of things. But no, it was a great day. How do we want to go about talking about it? Because I should let folks know we do have a couple of different types of videos that we're going to be working. Liam has them on his phone, and this isn't our full-time job. But we will get it out, and it's evergreen content, the stuff that we want to get out. That we could post it in December, and it would still be timely enough. It would still hit the same. But no, it was a great time. Polar is a beautiful, beautiful park. If you haven't been out to Polar Park, do so as well. That's not just me in the pocket of Big Smiley. I am saying that it's impressive for a minor league park what they've been able to do there.
The puppet master.
Yeah. So, yeah, what do we want to dive into first for our time on Saturday?
I mean, it's got to be Meyer.
Has to be the Meyer situation?
We might as well jump into it.
All right, let's do it. Who wants to kind of carry the pull here? Because there's a lot of things to break down in those 5-10 minutes.
I can.
I feel like Jake would give a good oral history on this.
Yeah, okay. So it's about what time? I actually don't remember the time.
We got to get in at 2:00. We get access to the
clubhouse
to the bullpen in the clubhouse at about 2:00, right? And this is our first time doing this. We're not professional baseball beat writers. I will say, I wished we spoke to more players specifically, although with the Meyer situation that was unfolding, in addition to the fact that it was a doubleheader and they weren't taking BP out on the field.
And the weather was shitty.
It was raining yet during
the tarp
first.
was on the field when we first got
Right,
there.
so
Yeah.
it was almost kind of a false start there. So we weren't able to speak to as many guys as we had hoped. Spoke with Ryan Noda, very nice guy. But we will we'll be back.
Noda, play first base I must. Good to drive I am.
Again, these passes are good for the entire year. We'll try to make it to Polar
Yes, these
at
are
another
season
time.
press passes.
Couple more times
Crazy.
this season. Yeah, they said come back whenever you want. So, anyways, we get in at about 2:00 and walking around. About 15 minutes or so pass, Jake, until it starts to happen.
All right, yeah. So we're chilling in the dugout, and at this point, it was quite literally only the three of us in the dugout. It was just
because it was Noda, one
everyone
of the coaches,
had dipped, and
the beat writers that ran inside, and us being stupid assholes, we were like, "Oh, that's weird."
yeah. So it was just
peculiar
Jake,
that
Liam,
is.
it was Jake, Liam Fitz, and Ryan Noda were chilling in the dugout. And in the video Liam posted, you see Marcelo Meyer walk behind Ryan Noda, or the photo. And while he was walking by, I grabbed him for a second. I was like, "Hey, hey, Marcelo, would you like do a quick thing with us, if you get a chance?" And he said to me, "Yeah, give me 1 sec." and then he carried on down the first base line down to the outfield, and like 2 or 3 minutes go by, and he's just sort of sitting out there by himself. Like
he's on the phone. He's got
on the
his
phone a
hands
little
through
bit.
his hair.
Yeah, he's like running his hands through his hair, like he looks like overwhelmed or like emotional. And I tap Fitz. I'm like, I think he might have gotten called up. Like he looks pretty emotional out there.
If the word had gotten out at that point, it was like right at that moment only.
And then as I'm saying that, Liam looks at his phone and shout out. It was Adam, right?
Adam in the chat.
Yeah, Adam in the chat goes, "Hey, tough." What was it like? Tough about that Marcelo Meyer interview.
So about that Meyer interview, huh?
Yeah.
What's he talking about?
So then, so Marcelo Meyer got called up, and then
I had the wherewithal. I noticed Roman was going out. You guys were.
And then
You
Roman
can hear
Anthony
Jake
stepped
laughing
out.
about something in the video, but I was like, we should get this. I mean, because as far as I know, we're the only one with my shitty iPhone XR with the busted fucking case. Wish I had like a Canon actual camera that looked well. No, we got that view of him dabbing him
Roman
up.
went out there and gave him a big hug and a smooch, and then they came back in. Roman came back in, and then Marcelo. And as Marcelo was walking by us back into the dugout, we were like.
Which leads into my next point that I want to bring up.
We were like, "Hey, we imagine you got to roll." And he was like, "Yeah."
I was
Sorry.
like, I was in the back of my mind. I'm like, he's probably gonna say no, considering that he just achieved his lifelong dream of making it to Major League Baseball.
It would have been what a moment would it have been for
if we
for
were
the first interview, like,
first.
Marcelo, your four favorite movies?
I know you've got to go over to Boston.
So it's called Letter Soxed.
We are going to do that Letter Sox. That is a plan of ours. Don't you worry, folks. But yeah, I was like, here goes nothing. I know he's probably going to say no just based off the situation. But I'm like, hey, Marcelo, you got a quick second? He's like, can't, guys. Sorry. He was nice about it. I understand. He doesn't want to fucking talk to our schmucks.
Well, I actually
Sparkies.
even credit to him. I don't think it was. I mean, he literally did have to leave.
Yeah,
like he was going to Boston.
Like, I gotta go back.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Before that, though, as Marcelo was walking back, I looked over to one Liam Abernathy Fennessy, and I said to him, I said, Liam, get the camera out. Because we'd been doing that to Liam's credit. He's doing it on his phone battery. Probably wants to save it, doesn't want it recording the entire time. I get it. But I'm telling him, I was like, get this up because we're going to, like,
Here he comes.
His actual, I don't know what, Liam, you could take it from here. What the fuck was that camera work, my friend? God love you.
No, because I'll be honest, I really thought, like, all right, if we grab him, obviously, then we pull him off to the side, the camera goes up. It was in my hand rolling. That's all. That's all.
Fair
That's
enough.
all I can say.
Hey, we got the audio.
I got blacked out.
And I got to be honest, I apologize. I kind of had a little teapot moment where like I started boiling and I'm like, yeah, I was like come on, like we could have had that. But I think it's funnier that it was
PLL
only 20
difference.
there. That's the PLL difference. And
It's not our day job.
right? We still got it. We still got it. That's what matters at the end of the day. Christy checking into the chat as well. We did see Christy and Webster at Polar on Saturday. It was lovely. After that, as all the news starts coming in, and I'm trying to post it, I had another teapot moment with Jake. Because if you recall, as we were all posting and trying to get this news, Jake was like a 9-year-old kid going, I think I'm going to go to Fenway. You guys want to go to Fenway? Honestly, I think I'm going to go to Fenway to watch this game. Fitz, are you going to go to Fenway? You going to go to Fenway, Fitz? You going to go to Fenway? You going to go to Fenway? And I was like, Jake, 2 minutes. Like, we got to make sure this gets up and everything like that. I have to post that video.
I got scolded.
Yeah, but it was okay. I was like, I'm sorry I crashed out, but I don't know if I'm going to Fenway tonight.
It was a lot.
There's too much going. I got
first day.
overstimulated.
You did. No, it's okay.
Right? It was a lot. It sure was.
Yeah.
So after that,
within like the first hour we're there.
right? So then after that, we were like, okay, like maybe we just need a bite to eat. Let's wait for this game to start. We go up to the DCU club, got some food, got a couple drinks, started walking around. We did our food review of the deep fried Oreos later in the game. We did our Pro Shop Haul challenge, $50 challenge / $52 challenge if you're Fitz. But we don't need to. We'll blame that. We'll put that on the tariffs. That'll be the inflation would have kept it at 50 if it wasn't for that. But couple good things coming down the pipe in terms of our first day in Worcester. And again, we plan on going to a couple more Woo Sox games to try to get fun content for you, whether it's talking with players, doing fun shit around the park, all that fun stuff. Did you guys have a little bit of an imposter syndrome moment?
Of course. 100%. The whole time.
The whole time. At all times, yeah, of course, right? It's one of the... But when people were asking, oh, where are you guys from? As like we were going to say...
The Globe.
Metro West, the Globe,
Yeah.
the Herald, the Metro West Daily
It's
News,
the PLL Media, actually.
Worcester Telegram and Gazette is something. We go. We host a podcast called On Lansdowne. We're them. Yeah,
We're independent.
Yeah. Lansdowne Media.
Ooh,
Yes.
that sounds good. We should
I know,
trademark
doesn't it?
Incorporated. Yeah.
Yeah.
Start the company.
Lansdowne Media Inc.
Pod on
LM
Productions.
Inc.
Well, you could do
LM
Pod
Inc.
on Productions, and then any other team that we're doing, like for the
Local.
we could do a
Fitz,
Cubs affiliate show
Fitz.
called Pod on West
Fitz.
Yep.
Fitz.
Pod on
Fitz,
West
we can't-
Addison if you're a Cubs show.
Pot on Utah.
Pod on
Royals
Utah.
fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, it works.
We've already done Pod on Causeway.
Pot on K Street. Nats.
Pod on Route 1. Yeah, for the Pats.
This is our $1 million idea. Nobody
Yes.
steal it. Chat, don't steal it.
I trust chat to not steal it. To not steal it. We did see Smiley. And by the way, genius idea having the little Smiley keychain be the mic. I must say.
That's our thing now.
Stroke of genius. We did see Smiley.
It wasn't the same Smiley.
It was not the same
He
person.
was not the one that knows us.
God bless them. God bless them. They did great. But that was not the same Smiley as Winter Weekend or Fenway Fest rather. But it was still a great day.
It was. I'm looking forward to more trips out there. I think if we had a normal afternoon, we'd have a lot more content to share immediately. But like you said, Fitz, a lot of what we got was evergreen, which is good to have. So, yeah, next time we'll make sure they're not playing a doubleheader, and we'll also make sure Roman Anthony doesn't get called up the afternoon we're there, so we can do a little more.
Well, it's just going to be the password next time. Roman will be up, but then...
Will he though?
And again, we are appreciative of the Woo Sox, and this isn't the Woo Sox's fault that our first game was completely...
Honestly, it was
dog
perfect.
shit.
I wouldn't have had it any other way.
It was a bad game of baseball. It was a really, really bad... They walked it off.
They did. They walked
That was
it off.
fun, but the game itself, for 7 innings, I was like, oh my God, it flew. Because it was
Those 7-inning games, man.
scoreless through 6.
Yeah.
And, we considered staying for the second game, but
I was eepy.
yeah, I had to get back to, the South Shore and whatnot. We'll be back there, though.
And then I caught the commuter rail back to the city, and Riss and I caught the last 2 innings of the Red Sox game. Riss in the chat.
Oh!
Have you seen her? Yeah.
Oh, what?
So-
Yeah,
Well,
what happened?
The newcomer to the chat, of
Liam,
course.
Liam,
Yeah.
what happened? What happened when you arrived at that Red Sox game? Those last 2 innings of that Red Sox game.
So-
Liam's like, oh, song of the week. Do we want to talk about it?
So we hop off the commuter rail, doxing myself. My apartment is nearby.
Nearby, that
Yeah, we drop
Technically
off our things at
correct.
the apartment. Yeah, nearby. I'm like, I had the standing room pass. It was the last weekend to use it before they cancel it on me. So I was like, do we just want to try to run in there? Like, I don't know if they're actually going to let us in at this point. It was like bottom 7 when we hopped off the train. But yeah, we run back down. I asked the usher at the gate. I was like, there's no way you guys are still letting anybody in, right? And he goes, yeah, you better hurry. Like, get in there. So now
so it's
at this
the
point,
usher's fault. For
yeah, basically,
enabling
the guy waved me in straight up. He was like, "Get in there, get in there."
Pulls out an Orioles hat from his back pocket. And puts it on and walks away.
It's like fever pitch, like Drew Barrymore running in there.
Yeah,
at the end of-
basically, like, get in there. So we scan the tickets. We get up to like home plate standing room. Orioles immediately take a 1-0 lead within like 5 minutes. But hey, I mean, we saw all the action we needed to that game. We saw Jorge Mateo fly into the bullpen. We saw Meyer come up at the end of the game with a chance to win it. So yeah, that was my day. It was a busy Saturday. It was full, jam packed.
Now I will say, for a bit there, you were skating away, and I defended you on this program about the Liam curse. For a couple weeks there, it seemed to be old hat to be like, oh, Liam cursing the team. I'm not saying we're all the way back on that. Some would. I'm not.
Some never left.
This was a pretty damning weekend for the allegations, I will say.
It was tough. And then Sunday too. I went and they didn't score a run until the 9th. So yeah.
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 Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Dean Kramer in quotation marks.
Kramer? What are you doing, Kramer? Even though it's Kremer technically, but it's funnier to say Kramer. Or
Oh,
it's spelled
really?
Kremer at the very. It's spelled
Yeah,
Kremer,
it's spelled Kramer, yeah, but it's
but I
pronounced.
still think it's pronounced Kramer.
Kramer.
This Jerry. Just threw a complete game shutout.
But yes, as Dan said in the chat, Liverpool. Another
Oh,
draw
shut
on
the
Sunday,
fuck up!
Right on Monday.
Oh my god!
John Henry. If you're watching this, he's probably still hungover.
Enough.
So my girl
Enough.
Linda.
I got Dan and C Diz fucking Chelsea.
That's right, Leo. That's right.
Chelsea posting in the chat. Leo going on the way. Yeah, Florian Wirtz. You're gonna fucking get. No, I don't need that.
John Henry's back, baby. The fixer.
We need him. We
We need him now.
I hope they should.
He's getting the Liverpool business done like right away. Like summer will be chilling. Now it's on to the Red Sox.
All right. I need
Red
him in
Sox
Atlanta tomorrow.
Red Sox podcaster and fake stat tweeter Jack Webster in the chat goes, "What if the real Liam curse was the friendships we made along the way?" That actually is kind of true. This Liam curse has been built up in lore because of the friends you have made along the way.
It's good for the brand.
It's great
That's
for
all
the
I'm
brand.
that's all I'm in it for. I'm
that for
all
your
using
sanity.
you. I'm all
Fair.
using you to farm engagement.
Or a farming as well.
And you're falling for it.
we watched Rogue. Speaking of aura farming, we watched Rogue One today. Me and Sopher, we finished it. We started it last night.
Krennic aura farming.
Vader. Vader spends that whole movie aura farming.
Don't choke on your aspirations.
Don't choke on your aspirations. And then when he fucking stands at the end of a hallway for like 15 seconds before he does anything to these rebels that have the plans that are going to bring down the Empire, and he just waits there and slowly activates his lightsaber. It's pretty cool. I wish I had that much aura.
That scene rocks.
Where would you put that movie up on Star Wars?
I think it's like easy the 4th best Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Probably 5th. I think
I
it's
was gonna
worse.
say around
Yeah, fifth or fourth, I could go.
Good
either
pick.
way.
I would say the original trilogy and The Force Awakens, and then probably.
Ooh,
You're
you
high
put
on the Force Awakens.
Yeah,
you're really high on. Force
I
Awakens.
think The Force Awakens. I mean, it sucks how derivative it is, but I think it's a good movie.
a
Like
good
I
movie.
enjoy
It's a
it.
good movie.
I
It is
enjoy
good.
myself that whole movie.
I would probably put Last Jedi at 4, and then probably Rogue One, and then Force Awakens.
The
See,
Last
I'm still
Jedi-
going Revenge. I have such.
The Last Jedi conversation is hard.
You
for
guys
me
are gonna
because
yell at me up for my Revenge
I
of
know.
the Sith stuff.
I know. I
'Cause
love
I-
Revenge of the Sith.
I
I'm
hate The
sorry.
Last Jedi, but not like for the DEI and wokeness reasons.
I was gonna say, yeah, the
yeah, like
bullying
I
people off of social media, right?
I think it's just like not that good. I think it's. I think a lot of the decisions in it
To me,
are
like
shitty.
like Canto Bite, I hate that shit. That part takes me out of the
Everyone
movie.
points out the casino bit.
planet.
Yeah, that is not great. I agree.
Feels very prequely.
I'm
That's
not
all.
gonna-
I hate the tone of it. I
very
hate like
prequely,
how
and now you're gonna go over glazing Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge
pick
of
a
the
lane.
Sith is a fine film. It's a fine film.
it's so like it just feels like a little too meta, like wink wink.
It's
a lot of it.
very of its moment.
Yeah, 2017. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very like late Obama core.
Yeah.
You could tell it was written during the Obama administration. That's all I'll say.
And then nine, to my knowledge, does not exist.
Nine
I've
is
never
one of
seen
the
it.
worst movies I've ever watched my entire life. Easy.
That is a hate letter.
We have to
cinema.
have talked about 9 before, haven't we?
I
We
think.
had to have.
It's
We
so
should do
bad.
we should do a Star Wars thing. I actually think we could do like full episodes that are not baseball and people would enjoy it. I've long thought that.
In the off season, especially before the
Yeah.
hot stove really heats up, we could absolutely do that.
You watch Andor? Either of you?
I haven't watched the second season yet. I'm
Yeah, it's
waiting
on my
to
list.
like binge it.
Oh my gosh.
Love
I
the
can't-
first season. No, I'm like
I can't
itching to
believe
watch
how
it.
good
Like,
it was.
With the Red Sox are on every night, so I'm like I'm occupied.
That's the thing. Everyone's like, "Oh, you got to watch this. You got to watch that." I'm like, dude,
I want to be for Andor, as good as it is. Like I want to be locked in. Like I don't want to be distracted when I watch it because I know it's quality.
It's
If it were
nuts.
just if it were slop, then sure I'll watch it
Yeah.
with
I've heard
the
nothing
Red
but good
Sox
things
on
about
another
it.
monitor.
I actually like can't
good.
believe how good it is.
It's crazy, right? It's
We
it's
finished
legit
season 2
television.
last night.
It's legit
Yeah.
television.
We finished season 2 yesterday, or maybe the day before yesterday, and it's like the fact that they tackle like genocide and like actual fascism, and like the R word. That's crazy that was in a Star Wars project. I was like, oh my god, it's awesome. Yeah, great program.
Yeah.
Not the R word. That's not awesome. But the
Thank you for
just
On
wanna-
Lansdowne, anti R word.
Anti-R word.
I just want to
anti-SA.
clarify that. And also, what a fun cast! I think everyone in that cast, dude, Ben Mendelsohn, give him a whole show.
That's right.
I think he's the funniest fucking character.
Building the Star Wars, mate.
Do you think he's gay? He felt really gay in Andor to me.
No, I just think he's having so much fun.
He's just kind of
Yeah, he's gay. He's happy. He's merrily
yeah,
frolicking
yeah.
along.
he's such a diva in Andor season 2. Well, you didn't watch it, but he is.
No.
And
believe
he's
it. I
great.
believe it.
He's great, and Diego Luna's great, and oh my gosh, I forget her name, but the evil woman and the evil man are both great. Cyril is the man, and Dedra is the woman. I forget their actors' names.
Cyril is so
and,
funny.
And Adria Arjona is great, and also like the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my entire life, probably. She's great. Who else is in it, Liam? Who else we got?
I feel like you've covered the big ones.
Oh my, fucking Skarsgård is off the fucking chain.
Oh
in
yeah,
that show.
he's one.
Oh my
He's genuinely
God.
after Andor, he's one of the best Star Wars characters of all time, no doubt.
My dog Luthen.
Yeah, he's so
Oh, so good. Yeah. It made me like upset about Star Wars though. Like I liked the show so much,
It
but I got
hurts.
pissed
It
off.
hurts,
It
right?
hurts. Yeah. It's like, oh, this is what we could have been
good.
getting.
What did they do to my
Instead
boy?
of somehow Palpatine returned, and
Instead of Ahsoka and fucking that slop.
the action figure shows?
Oh my
the
god.
Funko Pop.
Yeah,
Cinematic.
Dave Filoni slamming his action figure.
When was the moment?
Like fucking
Glup Shido,
Mandalorian-
the Glup Shido
Glup
shows.
Shido, the show.
Yeah.
Even if Filoni was doing that, like the first season of Mandalorian was
The first
excellent.
two.
I love
If he just ends it when they
the
hand
first half
Grogu
of
off.
season 2.
It sucks. It sucks
No,
because
I-
I was so happy to see Luke, but in hindsight, the fact that people responded
If
to
they
that
just
so well
ended it
was
there.
like,
Sure.
that was it. That was the death of anything exciting.
And then
or
the fact that they
original.
like the only reason they were trying to get people to watch the Boba Fett show.
yeah, they
Put a
they brought-
Mandalorian episode
so
in
stupid.
the Boba Fett show. I was so stupid.
They just
But,
kept
hey,
that as an
it's a really
episodic
good
western.
episode.
You know?
Yeah, they should, and they fucked it all up.
When was the moment
Kenobi, one of the worst shows
Kenobi
I've ever seen
was.
in my entire
I
life.
didn't even finish
Makes
that.
me
That
so
was.
sad. Makes me so sad.
Fitz, what
The
were you gonna
fight
say?
is dark. You can't see anything.
Yeah. Well, that's anything that fucking company is putting out now. MCU as well.
Breaks my heart.
What was the moment in episode 9 where you realized, like, oh, we're in for a really, really bad movie? Because I know which one is for me. Because there's a couple. Everyone always points out somehow Palpatine returns, but that's a little bit later in the picture. Where's the moment when you're like, oh, we're in for a
I think
really
it's when she has the ancient knife that somehow matches the wreck of the Death
of
Star
the Death
2.
Star?
That happened
Yeah.
30 years ago. Like, why? How that would even?
Oh, and it perfectly matched. Like what? How? Like how are you standing in
Yeah.
the exact spot you need that?
Why, Fitz? What's your answer?
Mine is who's Domhnall Gleeson? What's his fucking Captain
Oh.
Hux?
Hux, yeah.
Hux when it zooms in
When
on
he's
him.
the
I'm the
spy?
spy.
I'm the spy. I looked at Missy Mopany when that happened, and we both gave each other a look, and we're like, oh, this is gonna be bad.
I will say the first 5 minutes of that film is the only redeeming part.
With
Where Adam-
Cloud?
where-
Claude?
No, well,
What's
that
his
too,
name?
yeah, but no, when like Adam Driver goes to like Mustafar, and then they have that chase with Cloud the Slug in the Falcon.
Oh, when
like,
he goes.
that's the best part
When
of
he
the
goes
movie.
to meet the Emperor.
Yes, yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Those first 5 to 10 minutes, that's the best part of the movie.
May the 4th
You
was
don't
a
have to
couple
watch
weeks
the
ago,
rest.
of course. So, with May the 4th, obviously the Star Wars conversation came up, and then of course it came around to Rise of Skywalker. And I'm not the first person to bring this up. Many people did that day a couple weeks ago. But it cannot be stressed enough that the ensuing incident of that movie was played out in Fortnite.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sure was.
the Palpatine reveal. Yeah.
The actual inciting incident that gets everything going is played in number
That's
one
like his
victory
message,
royale.
right?
Yeah,
They play
Fortnite.
his
We about to get
message.
down. Christy bringing up the they fly
Yeah,
now.
they fly
So
now.
I
yes,
think the craziest
classic.
part of the sequel trilogy is that they, at
There was no
various
plan.
points, well, no, there's that, but at various points they managed to retroactively make previous movies worse, which is like, which is an incredible accomplishment, I think. Like, Anakin's sacrifice not meaning anything, the whole rebellion basically not meaning anything. It worked for about 30 years. There was like at first, it's what an awful.
Isn't it
awful
hilarious that the Raylo situation is like the 17th most catastrophic thing
Oh
in
my
that movie?
god! Don't even bring that up. And Finn too. That like Finn, I feel so bad for John Boyega.
Thing. I actually thought that the Raylo thing could have been, like, if done well, I thought that actually would have been a very interesting thing for the sequels to do, like a love story between Jedi and Sith, or well, he's not even a Sith, right? They're gone.
Jake,
by
could
then.
you say that they're star-crossed lovers?
Yes, it's exactly like a
I
Romeo
mean,
and
their
Juliet
their
thing.
dynamic in Last Jedi is really good.
It's
They're really good with
awesome.
one another.
I love
That doesn't mean I want them to pork Liam.
I've never needed a kiss. But
Jake, Rule 34 Wallinger. That's what they call him.
Yep.
ugh,
They are great in Last Jedi.
they're so
Finn,
good
whatever
together.
happened there? FN 2187. Whatever happened there? Yeah. It's the whole cast is great, which is what makes me even crazier. Like Oscar Isaac is they just were completely flying blind.
They had the recipes.
They had it. It was all there in front of them.
Daisy
Jake,
Ridley.
you mentioned the making older movies worse. The decision to make Rey someone after it was, I thought it was brilliantly done in
I didn't need it
Last
to be
Jedi,
that
where Kylo's just like, you're no one. Like your parents
Yeah.
sold you off for drinking money.
Yeah.
That's impactful. It's like, oh damn. But then nope, you gotta get the Funko Pops out. Actually,
favorite-
Palpatine's your grandfather.
You know what's another great, like an underrated aspect of how shitty that movie is Rey fucking burying Luke and Leia's lightsabers on Tatooine. Like it's Anakin's
What if someone finds
lightsaber.
that?
No, not even that. Like, Anakin was a fucking slave on that planet. Luke hated it there. Luke hated
Why
it.
go back?
Luke spends the whole first 30 minutes of A New Hope being like, I fucking hate this place. And then his
He only likes
aunt-
Toshi Station, but then he
his
can't go to
aunt
Toshi Station.
And his
because
aunt
of
and
power
uncle get brutally fucking torched to death in front of him. And then Leia's never even been there. Why is that where their fucking lightsabers are buried? Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry. Leia was there, and she was also a slave. That's what I'm sorry. I forgot about Return of the Jedi. This stupid fucking... And then who are you? I'm Rey. Rey Skywalker. Fuck you. Oh, my God.
What else bothers you, Jake? Keep going.
What a disaster.
There are 2 moons
Yeah,
and
Adam
no women.
in the chat makes a great point where because what it's God, what's the
Oh,
actress's
it's
name?
Anakin's
She plays-
lightsaber.
but
Yeah, Maz Kanata.
It's, she's like that's a story for another time. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, what about that?
I think it's in a... I think it's in
It
a
is in a comic,
shitty
yeah.
comic book somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
Oh, come
I'm
on.
reading that. Ugh. What a mess.
What a mess.
Jake, what else pisses you off about
About the sequel trilogy? I'm thinking now. You know, yeah. I'll do The Last Jedi, like the woke thing. It's the woke thing ended up working out well because nobody criticizes the movie for its like shitty storytelling. because it just gets bogged down in like, no, you hate minorities or whatever. It's like, no, actually there's a lot of dumb shit in that movie unrelated to culture war stuff. Like, for example, Luke Skywalker, why is he such a pussy the whole first act of that movie? Like, dude, you brought down the Empire, you defeated Vader and the Emperor, and it's like, oh, here's your lightsaber, help us. And he fucking... Again, I didn't even hate him being, like, scared to get back into it, but why was he such a dick about it? Like, that's what bothered me. Like, he was so mean. Like, when he's like, and he throws it behind him. That's when I knew I wouldn't like that movie, because I think that tone, that wink-wink meta tone is so putrid in modern filmmaking. Like, everything...
I agree. To be fair, at that point, I don't think it was so overplayed.
No, dude, that was Marvel. Like, Age of Ultron had come out. Like, Marvel was locked in. They were stamped then. Like, that was everything.
Well, if you're talking about Ultron, that was 2 years before.
Oh my God,
like,
we
people
didn't
weren't
even
sick.
mention
People
in
would have
Rise of
ate that shit up in
Skywalker,
the mid to late
I'm all the
2010s.
Jedi.
People were sick of it by the time like Love and Thunder came out. You know what I mean? People are sick of
Love
it.
and
By
No,
the
I know,
early
but
2020s.
I'm saying like Star Wars' humor was never like that sort of. It's right behind me, isn't it? It was like
I suppose
poking,
you're right.
I don't know. I fucking hate it. It was a little
Dude,
bit.
there's a 20-minute compilation on YouTube you can find of Obi-Wan's banter in the prequels when it's exact another happy landing. Like that's there's a bit of it.
Well,
But that's George Lucas dialogue. That's endearing to me at this point.
Great Trevor Story Jar Jar tweet, by the way, Jake, on Alex Score talking about Trevor Story.
We get him working. We just get him working.
he's the key to all this.
Trevor's the key to all this. Trevor, we've never had a right-handed hitting shortstop like this.
I think we may have gone too far in a few places. Star Wars. We should do a full Star Wars episode. That'd be a blast.
Live watch?
Of which one?
We got to do 9. We got to.
Yeah.
I think so.
Riot.
Because you can't do like Empire. You know what I mean? I
No.
I'll
But
But you
watch
can have
Empire
the good
anytime.
ones. That's not funny.
exactly.
Have fun. It's
But like, what people are going to
Gotta,
join
like,
me
Attack
bumping
of
my
the
fist when
Clones.
Han goes, "I'll see you in hell" in Empire. Like, yeah, everyone's going to do that. Like,
There has to be another thing in Rise of Skywalker that we're forgetting. That's some of the
fucking
most vile
Chewbacca's
shit.
fake out death, dude. Are you
Oh my
kidding
yeah.
me?
Piss off. I hated that.
And then when they're like gonna mind wipe
shuttle.
C-3PO, and then they just
Yeah.
don't. And then they just
C-3PO becomes evil for like a hot second with his red eyes.
I'm just taking a look, sir, at my friends. It's like, dude, you've known Rey for 6
Maybe
months.
like 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. Babu Frick though.
You took the words.
Hey!
out of my mouth. That's a plus. We love Babu
The
Frick.
droid is Rey. Yeah, he's great. But only good part of that movie.
Babu Frick, come on the show. Come on the program.
Not enough
I believe-
weird characters in the sequels. Not enough weird little guys. Not enough
true,
Max
actually.
Rebos. Not enough. Who's fucking?
Didn't they put Babu Frick's his species in the Mandalorian or
Yeah.
something?
Yep.
That's nice.
Not
nice.
enough Salacious B crumbs.
Yeah. Yup.
That's pretty good. man.
It's pretty good, right?
I thought about trying to do it for a hot second. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to pull that off.
They were selling Salacious B crumbs at Hollywood Studios, like the Star
rocks.
Wars land there.
Smiley
good
Smile
Fortuna.
has said they haven't totally answered the lightsaber thing.
Oh.
So okay. So we're
Adam points
it's
out
been,
they killed Max Rebo in the Boba Fett show. I think he did.
No. He lived.
Did-
He
oh,
lived.
did? Oh, that's good. I would throw hands if Max Rebo's dead.
People thought that he died, but I think he lived.
That's good.
Let me go on Wikipedia. Hold on, everybody.
I'm gonna have to add a time code for the Star Wars conversation. I didn't think it would be this long, but
New Republic.
Once we
This
get going,
this beats
once
talking
we get
about the
going.
Red Sox. Frankly,
It's true. It really does.
Wait, listen to the end of this. The Pike Syndicate later bombed the Sanctuary. That's where Max Rebo would play during business hours.
I like that qualifier there.
Yeah, me too.
9 to 5 on a weekday.
Yeah.
Whip and the band were killed in the blast, but Rebo once again survived an explosive experience.
Yeah, Seth brings out he survived 2 explosions. Here's a trivia question, guys. Do you know what genre of music Max Rebo
Of course,
is?
Fitz. Come on,
course.
it's
Silly
jizz.
Well, do the listeners know?
It's jizz,
Jake, what is it?
everyone.
It's jizz.
It's jizz.
They do.
Christy, y'all fuck with Jawas or what? Love a Jawa.
You want
Who's
cup
your-
of Jawa juice?
I don't fuck with Jawas.
You don't fuck
You don't
with
know?
Jawas?
No, but you know what? Sophie and I realized during when we watched the original trilogy, like over the last month, I swear to God, they had to be keeping the little people population of Europe like single-handedly jacking up the employment rate.
Booked and busy.
Booked and busy. Do you know how many so Jawas, and then there's a bunch of them running around in Empire, like when Han gets put in carbon.
Oh
Carbonite.
yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a bunch of little people running around, and then of course the Ewoks. There's
Naturally.
hundreds of them.
Naturally.
I just there's a little man. A little man was inside R2D2.
Yep.
Kenny Baker. He would twist the head when it
Dope.
moved. Yeah, they were doing good work for the
Equal
little people.
opportunity employer. George
Yeah.
Lucas. Gotta love him.
Shout out George.
Yeah.
All right, that's enough for me.
There's
I
got to be
think
so
enough
much
Star-
more Star Wars stuff. And that might not,
Yeah,
you know
if we
what?
open this can of worms, that's gonna be our summer conversation.
You know what? Where is my off-season ideas? So there it is. It already says
Oh my
PLL
God! Wait,
Movie Club.
if anyone's still listening to this, I have long thought that such a good Red Sox because they do Star Wars night every single year, and I have thought for a decade now that they give away bobbleheads that are just like a player in a robe or some shit. But how good would it be if they did Pedro with the Yoda mask on?
I don't know why they
the
haven't done it.
giveaway
It's
for a
just
Star Wars
slam
night.
dunk.
It
He's
is
doing the-
so.
Slam dunk.
It is so. Oh my God! If anyone, yeah,
I
yeah.
was going to ask jokingly, like, what would be the funniest Star Wars combination that you could do? But that is perfect. The Pedro Yoda.
Yeah, dude, it pisses me off they haven't done that yet.
What if you just did like some weird fucked up Jabba Wally hybrid?
Oh my
Like-
God.
I was going to say Pablo Sandoval for
like a Cronenberg monster.
Just-
Want to see my Jabba the Hutt being choked to death impression?
sure.
the tongue's the most important part.
And then Salacious B Crumb in the background.
My bobblehead, the one they did in 2016 or 17 is Xander in a robe.
Is he like Zendo Calrissian?
Yeah, and that's awesome. I must say, it's
That
him
one's
in
cool.
Lando's clothes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
That's
should have
I
one-
I got an Orioles one. I'll show you real quick. Little show and tell.
While you're doing that, they should just have one, Jake, where it's just Dexter Jetster in a Red Sox jersey with a beer. or a cup of Jawa juice in his case,
Yeah.
because he looks like any other schlub that you'd find at like the TAM, you know.
Oh, I'll tweet this. I'll tweet this later. Speaking of Dexter Jetster, do you guys remember when or these were the early days of AI before it was all slop and it was actually funny? I put into like one of the early image generators, like Dexter Jetster as the Red Sox manager.
I actually don't remember that.
It looks horrible. This is like early 2022.
I would say
It's
send that to me
horrifying.
so we can make that the picture for the like that I tweet out with the episode. But then people are gonna yell at us for
Yeah,
posting
don't.
AI slop. So
Don't
Yeah.
do that.
But yeah, here's the Orioles one I have from 2019. It's straight up just Trey Mancini and BB-8. Like there's no play on a character. It's just
Yeah, it's
Trey
just-
Mancini 8. BB8 Cini 8. Is there something there?
we can
No.
workshop it. We can workshop it.
No.
Okay.
But yeah,
Thank
it's
you-
just,
thank you for
him in a
honesty.
robes with a lightsaber.
I was thinking when
That's
they call Roman up, they could do like Roby-Wan Kenobi or something.
Ooh.
I'm looking
Trying
at
to think.
Star Wars names right now. It's tough. Jango Fett, Boba Fett. Yeah, whatever.
Jangro Anthophet. I don't know.
We'll work
I-
on
listen.
this. We'll work
Yeah.
on this.
We got
Workshop this.
Song of the week, gentlemen.
Yep, I got you, Fitz.
Ooh.
She's Gone by Hall & Oates,
Good song.
referring to our 500 woman,
Yeah.
Linda.
You go, oh, we never want to see her again.
Yeah, never want to see her again.
Be careful what you
Caref-
wish for.
Careful what you wish for. It's absolutely right, Fitz.
Emoji of the week. A star for Star Wars. Liam.
Oh God, give me a sec. Sorry, I wasn't ready. I feel like I got to pick something that fits the mood, right?
You can pick whatever you want. I was not going to pick one that fits the mood, but
Give me I'll try to be positive to end the episode. It ain't over till it's over. Lenny Kravitz.
good song.
Oh, what a song.
I try to be a little optimistic.
That is a banger of a song. Movie star himself, Lenny Kravitz, in The Hunger Games.
That's right. Large sweater enjoyer.
Sure.
Does he like large sweaters?
You haven't seen, or is it a large?
No, it's a
scarf?
scarf. It's a scarf.
Yeah, sorry, but it looks like a knit sweater. It's massive.
I see. Song of the week for me, Arctic Monkeys. I bet you look good on the dance floor.
Yup.
Song stuck in my
Ooh.
head this weekend.
Yup. Yup.
Yup. Yup.
Yup.
I'd like to solve the puzzle.
Yo, B. It's your boy.
Is that all we got?
Yeah.
That's all I got.
That's all I got as well as I got fucking plastic falling around the room now. Pretty good for a team that's pissing us off, I think, this episode. What a dog shit team, man.
So what do we got? We're in Atlanta this weekend. Let me just do a look. A quick,
Yeah, we should call it. We should call it a look ahead. Theme it to some local sponsor, maybe like a supermarket or something like that.
Yeah. So Atlanta for 3, then they come back. Angels for 3, then they go to New York for the first time that following weekend. So those are your next 9 games. Then they come back. Tampa, New York, for a 6-game homestand.
No, I do
Well,
jokes
big
aside.
West Coast wing.
I do kind of think it's over, but we'll have fun.
We always listen. We're trained pros at this. 22, 3, and 4. They went nowhere. And
The dynasty, 4 straight.
look at it, right? Oh, brother. I'll be all right. When did they? When I'm in Bermuda. When Also, what are you guys gonna do when I'm in Bermuda? Are you gonna do another Jake
when
and
is
Liam
that?
show?
When is that?
Yeah, what are those dates?
I leave. Was it? I think Juneteenth is the Thursday. I think it's the day after Juneteenth, so the 20th.
We'll sort that out, Fitz. We'll get that
How long?
sorted out.
Wait, how long are you gone, Fitz? Is it a full week?
Friday to Friday. I'll miss one episode.
Okay. They're on the West Coast that whole time. Well, yeah, basically. So
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll do a Jake and Liam.
Worst case, Jake, we just rip a live show and I don't know. I don't know.
And,
Late
then it's
night live show.
and then it's lost media after that.
You guys figured it out last time.
Yeah, but I was in Boston last time. It was a little easier.
Yeah, you guys did that in person, didn't you?
Yeah, we just recorded on.
Yeah, on
His
GarageBand.
It worked out.
Well,
Well,
got it done. Got it done.
that's an answer. And my phone will be on airplane mode, so Jake
Yeah.
can't get bailed out. By,
Fitz is
you.
blocking our numbers for that.
Fitz,
week.
I'll find a way to get a hold of you. Don't
if
you
I
worry.
see a name that starts with a J and
Send
ends
him
in
a
an Ake
fact.
Wallinger, I'm gonna throw my phone into the ocean. That clear Bermuda water. Rum swizzle Mopina. Thomas Dunn knows ball. The rum swizzle is the drink in Bermuda. We've done our research. Hopefully get to have a couple of those at the Frog and Onion pub, folks. Am I right? But in any event, that's for a couple weeks. This week's episode has concluded. Pod on Lansdowne. Again, we thank you for tuning in as always, especially those who joined us in the YouTube chat. Again, youtube.com/@Pod on Lansdowne. I forgot the @ is in the URL in weeks past. Tom says
What?
swizzle down to the swizzle in. That is right. I do remember that being mentioned for the rum swizzles. Tom, thank you very much. But yeah, no, yeah, the @ is in the YouTube URL. Just go on YouTube, look up Pod on Lansdowne, hit that subscribe button, smash that thumbs up button, things of that nature. We would really appreciate it. And again, foco.com, promo code POL10, 10% off in stock items. Maybe I'll get a pair of swim trunks for my trip to Bermuda in a couple weeks. Until then, for Jake, for Liam, for Mabel running amok, I'm Fitz, you're you. We will talk to you next week, which I'm sure will go swimmingly, just as this past week of Red Sox baseball went. Go Sox, and obey your mother.
Obey your mother.
It was a bit of a half-hearted obey your mother there,
Do
Jake.
you want
I
me to do it again? It's a half-hearted time, Fitz.
Our team needs our support. We need a full-hearted obey your mother. Obey your mother.
Obey your mother.
Nice.
Obey your mother.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Winning streak starts now.
Wow.